Well, hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we will continue working and mixing our rock song. Particularly we are going to work with the main vocals. I will show you guys what is my method for leveling, balancing, compressing and all of that good stuff coming up next. Okay, so if this is the first time you are visiting this channel, what I'm doing is basically documenting the production process of a rock song. And actually, this is what this channel is about documenting production. So I am about to finish the mixing series. You can go ahead and click on the link that's above here and it will take you to the first video of this mixing series. And once I'm done, I will continue and document the production process of a new song. In the meantime, if you haven't done so yet, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and activate the notifications so that you are aware every time there is new content on this channel. And now, without further ado, let's move on and jump into Pro Tools and continue working with the vocals of our rock song. Okay, so we are back in the session and these tracks here in, let's say, the darkest blue are the vocal tracks, and I added these 3 additional tracks which are going to be effects for the vocals. I know I'm going to have a full episode on effects, but this time, because it is the main vocals, I wanted to start working on them. But for now, let's get started. So what I have here is this track right here is the main vocal. These 2 tracks here are doubles of the main vocal that sound during the chorus, and this is a double of the main vocal that sounds, it is 1 octave below, and it occurs during the verse. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically take the same approach. I'm going to start with console simulation, which I like. I'm going to add, harmonic distortion, which is what this knob does here. Bring down the level just to match it to the input signal. Let me see what I have here. Let me solo this for a little bit just to make sure.
Hey! Sin rumbo, sin dirección.
First thing I'm gonna do is I add a compressor, the compressor that I like, which is the CLA 76. The Bluey, I have a preset preloaded with some default, some settings that I was working on last time.
Hey, sin rumbo.
You can notice that I have a pretty fast release. I have about minus 10 dBs of noise reduction, and it's a 4:1 ratio compression, and it is a little fast. I'm attacking the transients
Sin
here.
dirección, sin saber dónde ir, me entregué.
And it is bouncing, releasing fast, and then compressing fast again.
Al placer, sin control y sin satisfacción, pero tú me guías.
Okay, so this is the way I like it, and this time I'm going to try a new plugin. This is the first time, not the first time, but I want to give it a shot, and it is the vocal writer. And what this is going to do, this is going to write the vocal and keep it even throughout the whole song. That's not the only way to use it. I'm going to use it this way this time. You can also sidechain the music out bus or the all music bus of your song. If the volume of your music goes down, then it lowers the volume of your vocals, and if it increases, it adjusts the vocal accordingly. But I'm not going to do that because I like to automate the master fader in the end. But for now, I'm going to use this one just to see how it works. And what I was hearing is that it levels the vocal, as I was saying. And then the compression theoretically wouldn't be needed, but I will add it still because I like vocals pretty compressed, and I like the color, particularly for rock music. Now, another problem we find when adding this compressor, you will see, is with the S's, as always.
La vida que siempre.
They go pretty wild, in my opinion, so I'm going to use at the S'er. Because it is the main vocal, I'm going to use a slight, not too.
Busqué la vida que siempre anhelé tener. La vida que siempre.
Not too much because it tends to make the vocal sound darker. Now for the doubles,
Hey, sin rumbo.
what I'm going to do is I like to compress them a lot. So
Sin dirección, sin saber dónde ir, me entregué al placer, sin control.
that's more compression, 8:1 ratio, and also de-esser, but the de-esser I'm going to use it a lot more. I'm going to use the PA default.
Y sin satisfacción, pero tú me guiaste a la verdad.
It removes the S's a lot and makes the vocals sound darker. So I'm going to compensate that with some EQ here. And by the way, I'm going to add a little bit of high pass filter as well for this vocal.
Ad absoluta me
This is a low vocal, so
llevaste a la
not too
vida
low.
real.
So about 100. Remove some boxiness out of it.
Sin rumbo, sin dirección, sin saber dónde ir, me entregué al placer, sin control y sin satisfacción, pero tú me guiaste a la verdad absoluta, me llevaste a...
Little bit of presence is what I have there. And I'm going to replicate this for the doubles that I have in the chorus. So let's listen to them. I'm going to set them to the center just for this time.
La vida que siempre busqué, la vida que siempre anhelé tener.
Now I have a problem here and I need to fix the output a little bit.
La vida que siempre busqué es Jesús, solo Él es el Rey del amor.
Because I already had these vocals quite leveled, so I don't want to do much more to them. And I'm going to use some EQ here as well, but maybe the high pass filters a little bit more.
La vida que siempre busqué, la vida que siempre anhelé tener. La vida que siempre busqué es Jesús, solo Él.
Yeah, more presence, and also a pretty heavy de-esser.
Es el Rey del amor. La vida que siempre busqué, la vida que siempre anhelé tener. La vida que siempre busqué es Jesús.
All right, so that would be the first step. Let me get this compressor back here, and let's listen to the main vocal.
Hey, sin rumbo, sin dirección, sin saber dónde ir.
Now I'm going to add some effects to this vocal, and the three effects that I'm going to add are distortion, slap delay, and reverb. Now for reverb, what I'm after that 80s sound. Okay, for distortion is just I like the vocals to sound a little bit more grittier, and I like to use this plugin here, and particularly for my vocal because I had tested it before. I like this preset here, this preset here, and let's bring down the output a little bit, and let's send it here to here. All right.
Me entregué al placer, sin control y sin satisfacción, pero tú me guiaste a la verdad absoluta, me llevaste a la vida real.
Now the problem is that it is bringing the vocal a little bit, increasing the volume a little bit, but the effect that I'm after is the distortion actually.
La vida que siempre busqué, La vida que siempre anhele tener, la vida que siempre busque es Jesús.
Okay, I'm gonna have to fix this fader again later. Then the other effect that I want to add is the slap delay, and the one that I'm going to use is this one here. Slap delay, this one here to the note. Let's listen to this one.
Sin rumbo, sin dirección, sin saber dónde ir, me entregué al placer.
And now, after this effect, the other one that I want to add is the reverb. Where are you, reverb? Here it is. And also, because I had tested it already, the preset that I want to use is this one here. Old school plate with the mix all the way up. Again, I had tested this before, so I knew what I was doing. But the idea is, there are many options to do this, and the reason why is because I am after sort of like an 80s type of sound reverb, so it has to be a quite reverby vocal.
Sin control y sin satisfacción, pero tú me
Let's listen to this in the context of the mix.
guiaste a la verdad absoluta. Intenté encontrarte en fama, sexo, drogas y rock and roll. Sin rumbo, sin dirección, sin saber dónde ir, me entregué al placer, sin control y sin satisfacción.
Listen to the chorus.
La vida que siempre busqué.
Now I'm going to level this main vocal.
La vida que siempre anhelé tener. La vida que siempre busqué es Jesús. Solo Él es el Rey del amor. La vida que siempre busqué. La vida que siempre anhelé tener. La vida que siempre busqué es Jesús. Solo
Let's listen only to these vocals here.
la vida que siempre busqué. La vida que siempre anhelé tener. La vida que siempre busqué es Jesús. Solo Él es el Rey del amor. La vida que siempre anhelé tener. La vida que siempre busqué es Jesús. Solo Él es el Rey.
El verso. Now let's take a listen to the verse.
Sin rumbo, sin dirección, sin saber dónde ir, me entregué al placer, sin control y sin satisfacción, pero tú me guiaste. Sin rumbo, sin dirección, sin saber dónde ir, me entregué al placer, sin control y sin satisfacción, pero tú me guiaste a la...
Let's listen again to the chorus.
La vida que siempre busqué. La vida que siempre anhelé tener. La vida que siempre busqué es Jesús. Solo Él es el Rey del amor. La vida que siempre busqué. La vida que siempre anhelé tener. La vida que siempre busqué es Jesús. Solo Él.
Because the most important thing in the overall mixing process is, leveling, just balancing each instrument. That's the most important thing, and is what we should use the most amount of time in our process. Now, I'm going to get back to this later when I'm finalizing the mix. I will get back to levels again, but it's very important to get them right. And as you see, I like to use that trick of bringing down the volume, not looking at any decibel levels or anything, but just hearing when I hear, the vocal is just properly leveled to my ears, of course. Now, let me listen to how the vocals sound in this section here, the bridge, the second bridge.
De la mano cuando estaba en el piso y me enseñaste cómo volver a empezar. Caminaste a mi lado, un paso a la vez. Ya no vivo en tinieblas ahora.
Now, eventually in this section, which is quieter, I may bring the vocals down a little bit, but that's some automation that I will do later on. But in general terms, I think the vocals are ready now.
La vida que siempre busqué, la vida que siempre anhelé tener, la vida que siempre busqué es Jesús, solo Él es el Rey del amor. La vida que siempre busqué, la vida que siempre anhelé tener.
Verse.
Sin rumbo, sin dirección, sin saber dónde ir, me entregué al placer, sin control.
And I think it's got plenty of space. I could bring it even lower, because all of the instruments opened up space for the vocal, in my opinion, is what I think is what's happening. But I was concerned about the chorus because the pitch of the vocal is quite low in the chorus. I was concerned that the other instruments wouldn't just drown the vocal, but I don't think that's happening.
Porque tú me guiaste a la verdad absoluta, me llevaste a la vida real. La vida que siempre busqué, la vida que siempre anhelé tener, la vida que siempre.
Yeah, I think I can definitely use some automation. I will do that later. But just to bring the volume down of the vocals in other sections, because I think it's maybe a little bit too loud. But
Intenté encontrarte en fama, sexo.
Wanted to hear the reverb in that section again.
Intenté encontrarte.
Yeah, I also need to add this same space to the other vocals, but we will do that in the FX episode. But for now, I think the vocals are pretty much ready for the purpose of this video and what I wanted to do. And I wanted to show you guys the process that I follow for the vocals, which is basically compression, most of what I do to the vocal, and some effects, distortion, in parallel, of course, slap delay, optional, vocal reverb. I would, in other type of songs, instead of this, I would use just a regular plate reverb, and maybe I would use an additional delay, not a slap delay, but a ping pong delay or something like that, to make the vocals more interesting. But since I'm trying to replicate something that it sounds a little bit like the 80s, this is the way I'm going. Let's see how it turns out. I can still come back and make changes. I will continue thinking about this, and if I think of another idea, I will definitely test it out. But for now, this is the main process that I follow for the vocals. Okay, so we are pretty much finished with the vocals of our rock song. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about the process that I've followed so far, the plugins, the method, everything. Just let me know your thoughts. I'm very interested in learning from your comments, from your questions, from your opinions about the process that I'm following. Also, if you have questions and if you would like me to dig a little bit more into some of these topics, let me know. That way, I will have content for making new bonus videos. If you were able to learn something from this video, to get something from it, please don't forget to hit that like button. That way you will be supporting this channel. And now we are almost finished with our rock song. We are about to complete the mixing process and start documenting the production of a whole new song. But in the meantime, what is going to happen in the next episode is I will be adding some effects to the song to make it sound a little bit the way I imagine it. And then I'm going to, let's say, finalize the mix, listen to the overall song, and do the final touches and have it pretty much ready for the next steps that will complete this song. So stay tuned to the channel, don't miss it out, and I will see you guys on the next episode. Bye.